Hello to everyone. Welcome to the Fossa Basta podcast. I'm your host Shubham. I have with me Aniket joining in from back to Victoria now. Aniket, how are you? How are you feeling now in another city in last 2 months?
Yeah, this is my third city in the last 2 months, I believe. Fourth. To be honest, it's
Mm.
fourth. So whatever. Yeah, Victoria is good, man. It's beautiful. The city is quite beautiful. I am right on the ocean this time. So I have like North Pacific Ocean 10 minutes ride from my place here. So
Great.
it's well and good. I go to ocean like pretty much every day. It's been good, man. The city is good,
Oh,
nice and beautiful.
perfect. To all the listeners and viewers, actually, we are very sorry for not releasing an episode last week, but I was really sick. In the north part of France now, it's getting quite cold in last couple of weeks, and we went out, and then I got really sick, and I think I still might be coughing during the recording, so you might still hear that. So sorry for that, and we will try our best to be consistent every week. But Aniket, we have a lot to unpack this week because there were like two games that we missed, and now there is international break going on. I beg your pardon. So, and we have, I mean, of course, we do not have too much, interest in the international break because, of course, India is not at that level, and but it has this international break has hurt us personally because we have many players who have been injured. So we'll talk about it. But Aniket, the first and the most important thing that we have to discuss today is our UCL game versus Bayern Munich. Yes,
Yeah.
we. It's been that long since we did not record. So really sorry for that. And I hope that people might still be interested in listening to us and our analysis and our unpacking of what happened in Munich. Aniket, it was a sad game once again. We were really excited because finally, as we discussed this time, we have a full squad which actually looks like a Barcelona competitive squad, and we go to Bayern Munich and we lose 2-0. Uh, I mean, it's been how many days? Like almost more than 2 weeks, I think. But
2 weeks. Yeah.
I'm still hurting due to that thing. So
Oh, well, there was reasons for that game as well. Like the first half was completely in Barcelona's pocket, but the second half was a mess for Barcelona.
yeah,
Like
exactly. It's that
completely,
niche. Is that cliche? Sorry, that a game of two halves, completely like
exactly.
that.
Yeah. So let me just start off with the lineup pretty quick. Dembele, Lewandowski, Rafinha started the game for Barcelona. Pedri, Busquets, and Gavi were in the midfield. And this time, again, a really big match, but Xavi has his surprises. Like he started with Alonso instead of Balde. He went with Christensen, Araujo, and Kounde as our defenders, and Marc-Andre ter Stegen as our goalkeeper for this match. So the surprise element here was Alonso starting the match. Completely surprise, but good game for him.
Yeah, I think except for Alonso, I think this looks like to be Xavi's preferred first 11. Okay,
Yeah,
first 10, let's say. Uh, and yeah, I agree with you. A good selection with Alonso because Balde is really doing well. I mean, there is no one stopping Balde as of now, and I hope no one does. But he's young, and when it comes to defensive duties, he might not be the best because he hasn't been tried in La
yeah,
Liga yet. And we all know about Jordi Alba. He has, of course, lost his position to Balde and attacking front and defensive front. He hasn't been convincing in last, I don't know, 4, 5 seasons.
yeah.
So Alonso could give an optimization of both the fronts. So a good call, and as you said, a good game by him. And for okay, I'm quite happy that in this analysis, I'm just gonna talk about the first half analysis, which was a good game by Barca. So Aniket, best of luck to the
So
second half.
I'm
So
going to do the bad work here, eh?
yeah, you have to. So 9 minutes in, Barca gets amazing chance. Lewandowski passes the ball to Rafinha on the right side of the box, Almost Rafinha had the ball, except for Lucas Hernandez's perfect sliding tackle. But Lewandowski doesn't leave the ball. He runs to it. He steals the ball. After a good standing tackle, passes into Rafinha once again. Rafinha looks who has the best position. Gavi just outside the box on the cam position, gets the ball, passes it to Pedri. Pedri makes a dummy, goes on to his left, only to be saved by Neuer. A big save, a big save, and I mean, it's heartbreaking, but okay. 17 minutes in, Dembele leads now. Leg attack, gets a run, passes it to Gavi on the left. And Gavi bisects amazingly to Lewandowski, who like dribbles the ball, half dribbles the ball, and on half a volley shoots it, only to just a bit high on the post. 0-0 once again. It could have been a goal. It should have been a goal. Everyone was just disrupted. 0-0.
It was
20 minutes in.
disheartening to see both of those chances just go like that, man.
Yeah.
It was really sad.
Lewandowski's one was like, I think even Neuer did not expect that the ball
Yeah.
was going over the net, over the post. Almost, because he was not even trying to go up. He was just sitting down, I think, on his knees and just expecting that the ball is in, but hope. And then when he looks, the ball was over the top. 20 minutes in, superb steal by Busi from Sane in the middle, passes it to Alonso, who crosses directly to Lewandowski, who heads it straight to Neuer. Safe hands again from Neuer. Halftime, 0-0. I mean, I couldn't believe, to be honest, like, all the millions of those people who might be watching this game. It was unbelievable how the game was 0-0. It should have been minimum 3-0. I mean, what I said was short chance. There were many combinations of passes and shooting and shots and goal scoring chances which were almost, but still 3-0 should have been the scoreline by the end of first half. Not Barca's day, at least in the first half. 0-0.
Barcelona went all in that match. They were there, but they were not just there. Like, it was just a slight difference between the attack and the goal, like the conversion of the goal. So the conversion of the goal, I mean, he is Manuel Neuer, and he turned out to be Manuel Neuer for a reason in this match as well. So a difficult day for Barcelona, but this is what it is.
Yeah. But Arike, don't you believe that the link between almost there and there, this link makes you champions?
Yeah.
So the question is, what is this link? So is this link only by the luck, or is this link, you have to create this link? What is that? And that's the question for Xavi, at least in the future or in this season, because this link is necessary. I don't know if it's a luck based thing, or it's just a mentality, it's a
according
physicality.
to me, it's combination of both. Like in the Bayern Munich match, Barcelona almost did 99% of their things right, apart from one or those two mistakes, which is okay. Like in a game, you can do 2, 3, 5 mistakes. That's okay. But they almost did everything correct. In the first half, I could remember there were 6 to 7 chances created by Barcelona. Like, they were continuously attacking. First half was completely dominated by Barcelona. Bayern Munich was not even there to see. Like, the game was in their half pretty much all the time.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I have never seen, especially against Bayern,
Exactly.
if you leave that game where Messi scored the first one and we won 3-0 at the Camp Nou. If you leave that game, other than that, we have never played versus Bayern in the half of Bayern.
And
amazing dominance.
And that too in their home at Allianz Arena. It was away game for us. And doing that in an away game against Bayern Munich, who by chance crushed you in the last season, to come back with this fighting spirit, to give them this tackle in this resistance in this match, it was pretty much awesome to watch. It was just unlucky that we did not score a goal in the first half. As you said, it should have been 3-0, 2-0, whatever the goal line
Yeah,
could be.
the Lewandowski's chance, which I just described as like a half volley and whatnot, 9 out of 10 times Lewandowski would score that with
Yeah,
eyes closed, with
yeah,
eyes closed, and it was just not to be. And Aniket, just to mention a fact, it's a disheartening, demotivating, I don't know, terrible, terrible number in last 4 games. If you see when Bayern and Barca have met in last 4 games, the aggregate score is 16-2.
yeah, yeah. And with this
16-2.
16-2, Barcelona gave a really good fight to those guys, man. The guys in
Yeah.
red. So that was pretty much a good game for me. Well, of course, it
A
was
good half.
a good half, to be honest. Yes, a perfect, I would not say a perfect one, but could have been a perfect one if,
Yeah, well, a perfect half from, let's say, chance creation
yeah,
perspective,
yeah,
not from finishing one,
yeah.
for sure.
So that's how the game went. It was like we went to the dressing room 0-0 first half, and after that the second half started. Rafinha tries outside of the Rafinha takes the shot from outside of the box just wide. Somehow it's still 0-0. So it did not end with the first half. The fighting spirit continued in the second half as well. And the time was 50th minute. Somehow there was a set piece, like the regular set piece. We have talked about it n number of times for now. Barcelona are not a good team when it comes to set pieces. So again, this is not anything different from that. Kimmich crossed it to Lucas Hernandez, and his first home goal. Bam! Bayern Munich won. Barcelona still 0. The next chance came just in 4 minutes for Bayern Munich. Brilliant run and a good through ball by Musiala to Sane, who runs through Barcelona defense and directs the ball in the nets, making it 2-0 for Bayern Munich again. So there was nothing special about those goals and those shots. The through ball was a little bit special, yes, I would give him to Musiala. But after seeing the whole game, it was pretty much dominated by Barcelona. They just got
I
a
think,
couple of
yeah, I think,
chances.
sorry to interrupt, but in this goal, actually, yeah, as you said, brilliant through ball by Musiala. Good
Good
run
finish
through
by
the
Sane
defense.
as well. But like
Also, yeah,
it
but it
was,
was a brain freeze. It was a brain freeze
yeah,
by Barca players because they just couldn't believe. I think they got demotivated so much that we have done everything, we have
yeah,
given everything,
yeah,
and yet we are trailing 1-0.
yeah,
So that the fact, the acceptance, they maybe they were completely shaken,
mm,
for those 4 minutes, 5 minutes, and it was a hard goal to concede. It was a hard goal for Barcelona fan to look at,
yeah,
but that's the reality. 2-0 Bayern.
yeah. Bayern 2, Barcelona still 0. 63rd minute, actually, Barcelona got a really nice and decent chance. Uh, Pedri dribbled it brilliantly and following a 1-2 with Lewandowski, but hits the post unfortunately. And again, the chance was gone. It's still 2-0, Bayern Munich up, and Barcelona still losing the game. And pretty much after that, we tried to create some chances, were not able to convert it to goal, and the match went out to be 2-0 in the favor of Bayern Munich. So that was the end result of the match.
Yeah.
Pretty unlucky day for Barcelona, I would say. I would give them around 80% of their efforts in the first half. Second half, I think they were a bit shattered because of those two goals, but pretty much a good game for Barcelona, seeing the fact that in the past 4 matches, it was 16-2. So good effort and good spirit, I would say.
Yeah, but I would like to discuss with you something, and also would like to overview this fact that the first substitution which Xavi had, it was 61st minute, so we were trailing 2-0. Okay, we were the dominant ones, and so Bayern had struggled the whole game. And so Bayern must have been happy just to win 2-0 this game, because they were looking nowhere comfortable in the first half in their home. First substitution, we do it. Gavi comes out for Frenkie de Jong. A sensible selection, because yes, new legs. Let's say a better strategy probably, because Gavi, could be sometimes irresponsible to make a foul here and there and like pick up a yellow or a red card. Always risky against Bayern Munich. You never want to go like 10 man, 1 man down and just play 10 men. So it's okay. This was a sensible decision by Xavi. Another one which I did not understand at all. I mean, I love and respect Xavi. As a Barcelona fan, he's a legend, and I would never, speak something which disrespect him even a bit. But this one, I don't understand. Ferran Torres comes in for Rafinha with 30 minutes to go, with Barca trailing. Ansu Fati is still on the bench, mind you. Why? Why? In those 30 minutes, Aniket, he has done nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing. He was even offside for a couple of times.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, like it was 2 or 1 or 3, I'm not sure. But I've seen him offside. I mean, how? How can you be so irresponsible? I'm talking about Ferran Torres. I'm not talking about Xavi, because see, one thing for sure, and I don't know if we discussed this offline or we have discussed this in one of the episodes, is Xavi is bringing on Ferran Torres because he is performing well in training. Because Xavi isn't a madman, to just bring on someone who is not doing good in training. So he is training well. He has talent, of course, but if a player doesn't perform on the pitch, it's player's responsibility, because he has been taught everything during training by the coach.
Sorry to cut you, but also Xavi said that if someone is not performing, it's not his team. He would place him out. He would be on the bench. That's what Xavi's statement was. But with Ferran Torres, what happens to him, I have no idea. Like, he's not performing. Maybe, as you said, he would be brilliant in training, but whenever he comes on the pitch for Barcelona, it's just not clicking for him. But that's not the thing to that's not a thing at this level. Like, you're playing against Bayern Munich, which is one of the massive teams in UEFA Champions League. So giving 30 minutes to Ferran Torres in this game, even I can't defend Ferran Torres. Usually, I defend Ferran Torres, but this time I do not have anything to defend in favor of him, because he did not perform in that game. He was offside. Yes, I have always been saying that his positioning is his key, but in this match it was not. Clearly it was not. So no defense in this match, sorry.
Indeed. And with Fati still on the bench, I don't understand this at all, because Fati is especially that kind of player who can come on and within, let's say, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, he can contribute on, like, via an assist or a goal, or a pre-assist, or maybe a dribble where he can drag the center backs, which can give space to other attackers like Lewandowski, Dembele, Rafinha, or whoever is playing with him. Ferran Torres, I don't understand this decision once again. Anywho, moving on, the second set of substitution, or the second second set or third substitution in general, in numbers for Barcelona came on 70th minute. And still, Barca trailing 2-0, mind you, Aniket, because there was no goal scored by Barca. Eric Garcia comes for Christensen. Like for like player, a centre back comes to play for Barcelona. And at the same time, mind you, Aniket, 70th minute, Bayern Munich has a substitution also, which is Gnabry for Mane. They're leading 2-0, but they still want to score more goals. I did not read any reports saying that Christensen was injured or he did not even pick up like a yellow card or something. So this decision was nuts, to be honest, for me. Pretty difficult one. And then the last set of substitution for Barcelona was 10 minutes later, just 10 minutes to go, so 80th minute. Fati comes in for Dembele, Kessie comes in for Busquets. Too late for Fati, because just 10 minutes. And then there was nothing, because you have Lewandowski, who is not a winger, of course. You have Ferran Torres, who I don't know what. I mean, he's a second striker, so he's not a winger, for say. Ansu Fati is also not a winger. So you literally for 10 minutes like pressed at the stop button when it comes to running on the flanks, because it was just on the right wing we have Kounde, as the right back we have Kounde, also not like a proper right wing back or something. Yeah, and then on the left wing back we had Alonso, but then only on one flank. So again, it was a disbalanced sort of formation. Doesn't make a difference. Barca lose 2-0. A disappointing night for Barca, a disappointing night for Xavi. And at the end, I think Pedri and Lewandowski must be eating their socks, thinking that, this could have been our game. This was our game. This could have been our game. This should have been our game.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. Bayern win 2-0.
So we talked a lot about Lewandowski in this game. Like, he missed some important chances. He should have scored that goal and everything. So I have one question for you, Shubham. What do you think? Like, I have also heard about the reports or the rumors where it says that Lewandowski just freezes in big matches. So what do you think about Lewandowski's mental issue against Bayern Munich? Like, did he just freeze in that match? And what about the next fixture at Camp Nou? Like, would this continue with Lewandowski? Would he improve? What are your thoughts on this?
So, as a Barca fan, I hope he does. For the first, just to begin my answer with. To be honest, I don't have an answer for this. Yeah, I don't think he has an issue in big matches because he has won, of course, Champions League with Bayern. He has won like the domestic doubles, I don't know, infinite number of times. So he has performed exceptionally well against Dortmund, Mönchengladbach, RB Leipzig, Champions League teams as well. So I don't have like this issue for Lewandowski. But yes, in this game, I think I'm not sure who it was. I think it was Schweinsteiger, if I'm not wrong. I think it was Schweinsteiger, and he had in one of the press conferences, or like not press conferences, of course, it was like post game discussion or something for Sky News. He mentioned that when he saw Lewandowski before the game, Lewandowski seemed very, very nervous in that game. So he was nervous. That is for sure. We are not just saying this because he missed those chances and Barca lost. And, of course, you can categorize this game as just another bad game in the office for Barca. But he was nervous, so that means he had a beef, of course, with Bayern because of all the history that you know that he not the history, but let's say the issues that he had recently with the Bayern board, that he wanted to extend his contract, and Bayern was looking to replace him with Haaland, and he felt like a bit disrespected because, of course, he has been exceptional for Bayern Munich. I mean, he is one of the best strikers in the world in last, I don't know, 5 years. He has scored more than infinite goals. He had, broken that record for Gerd Müller. So he has done exceptionally well for Bayern. And then there was like a like a quarrel, and then there was media war. So he had, of course, score to settle. He wanted to go in Munich. He wanted to score. It did not happen. But but I'm sure that he must be the person who is and who was and who is still gutted the most, because he himself wanted to score that goal the most amongst all of us, or all the people who are interested in Barca or involved in Barca. So I'm sure that he will come back with rigor in next game. And as we talk about it, he might score, he might not, but what he brings on the pitch is much beyond scoring. So I'm sure he will come with fire against the reverse fixture at Camp Nou. And one positive thing, of course, because what I was thinking is, yes, his life was going pretty well at Bayern, at Barca, since he moved, in La Liga, and I, I, I was a bit stressed that maybe this could be like a pause or a distraction, and he could have like some issues. But in the game against Elche, the very following week, or the very following weekend after the game, which we will be discussing after this game, he had a good game again. So he is not, he's not still thinking about that. He's back. He scored a couple of goals, so he must be relaxed. And I'm sure those couple of goals were quite important to for him to be just peaceful and just to focus on what's coming next. So I'm sure that he will have a great game against Bayern. Just the thing is, we have to wait patiently.
Perfect.
Yeah, but again, Aniket, as we discussed, and okay, we have talked facts, we have talked philosophy, we have analyzed, but and we have discussed that link, that almost there and there. So, like as we discussed, like this time, for the first time in last 4 5 years after COVID, after years of mismanagement, we have a good squad. Uh, Okay, so squad wise, we are there. We are amongst the top three clubs easily. I think I don't know how you rate it, but like let's say Manchester City, probably I don't know, PSG and Bayern, Barca. If you see on paper, I think these three have the best squads in Europe. Okay.
Yeah.
But what do you think, Aniket? Is Barca still not ready against the big teams, especially in Champions League? Or this game was just another bad day in the office, and we should forget about it, and we should, look ahead? What do you think?
So there are two important points to consider if you ask me if Barcelona is ready or not. The first important point is it's just the beginning of the season. We haven't even played like half of the season yet. It's like just 6 matches in La Liga, and it's like just two matches in Champions League. So it's too early to give the conclusion like if the team is ready or not. Second of all, Xavi just started his tricks, and we all have seen those in the first half. Barcelona was dominating the game. It was like Bayern Munich was not even on the ball. Let me just give you a little bit of statistics here. So, I'll give you the statistics of La Liga. In La Liga, we played around 6 games, total 18 goals in 6 games, and just 1 goal against Ter Stegen. That too against 4-1 Real Sociedad at Anoeta. 5 clean sheets in 6 games, 66.1% of possession. Second team is Valencia with 61.9% of possession, and the team with most number of shots. It's like 119 shots and 46 on target. That too in just 6 games. We just played 6 games, 119 shots and almost 50 shots on target. So that's pretty much what Xavi has done to this Barcelona. When have we seen Barcelona putting 21 shots on target, like 25 shots? I could not remember Barcelona shooting 25 shots. I could just remember Barcelona shotted like 5 to 6 shots, and out of those 5 to 6, we converted 1 or 2 in like past many seasons. But this time we are giving those 25 shots and we are trying to convert it. So it's pretty early this season, I would say. And let's believe in Xavi. Let's believe in his project. We have seen the change. We already have seen the change. Dembele completely transformed. Second of all, the defense. We are trying to see something in defense line as well. Pedri, Busquets, Gavi, Frenkie de Jong clicking perfectly in the midfield to create all those spectacular chances. Lewandowski is indeed a great addition to the team. Rafinha is doing whatever he could on those left and right flanks. Balde is one of the younger players who is contributing good to the team. Most important point I forgot to mention, I'm sorry about that. Ter Stegen, he is standing rock solid on that goal line again. Yes, man, Xavi pretty much did improve the whole team, defense, midfield, attack, and the goalkeeping as well. So let's believe in his project. Let's just give him some more time, and I think Barcelona would be ready by the mid-season or probably in the next year to give a solid fight to all those teams in Champions League and even the La Liga. And of course, about the bad day at office, yes, versus Bayern Munich, it was a bad day because, as you said, we should have converted those chances. So that was it. Like, yes, of course, the bad day, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree with you, especially when it comes to Ter Stegen, because it's, for example, to win games, yes, we have to score, but somehow we have to have clean sheets and we have to defend well.
Yeah.
And it's the start because Barca has been known to score for scoring goals, but the thing is to defend, to not let goals concede. And as you said, we have only conceded 1 goal in 6 games,
exactly,
which is against the best. So I think in the both fronts, Barca is the one with highest number of goals scored, and Barca is the least, the first on the least number of goals conceded. So that's a good facts to have, as you said.
And also, Balde, this guy has most number of assists in La Liga for now.
Yeah. So making the job most difficult one for Jordi Alba right now.
Yeah.
So Aniket, enough of Bayern game because we will come back and surely we will. But now it's time to discuss the La Liga game, the 6th one. It was, of course, an important game for Barcelona because, following the defeat against Bayern, it was really important for the players to bounce back, for Xavi to feel good once again and trust the process that everything is going well. Barca host Elche on Saturday. Of course, Elche wasn't coming with a bang of performance. Of course, they are, I think, in the bottom 3 or something. I'm not sure. And only 1 goal scored and nothing else. So, but again, it was an important symbolic game. Many changes from Xavi again in this game. So Aniket, can you please just quickly go through all the players that was called on by Xavi?
So
I mean, not called
Xavi's
on, but just as a lineup.
Yeah, so the lineup for this game, it was pretty interesting. We started with Memphis Depay this time. Lewandowski and Dembele were our attackers for this match. In the midfield, we had Pedri, Busquets, and Kessie. So Kessie was one of the important additions to the team. And in the defense line, we started with Balde, Christensen, Araujo, and Kounde, and Marc-Andre ter Stegen was our goalkeeper for this match.
Yeah,
So
no, I get just a couple of corrections. Instead of Busi, it was Frankie de Jong,
oh, my bad. Yes, Frankie de Jong,
and
SCA,
not Christensen. It was Eric
Eric
Garcia. Yeah,
Garcia. My bad. Yeah,
yeah. But an interesting lineup, an interesting formation, because on
yeah,
paper it might seem like a 4-3-3, but it was not, because Memphis, as you know, he is not a winger, and he was not given the responsibilities of a winger. So it was
yeah,
actually a 3-3-4, or even like 3-4-3 sometimes, or even 3-3-4.
yeah.
Eric Garcia, Araujo, Kounde at the back, Balde, Pedri, Frankie de Jong, Kessie, and
Mm.
then Memphis and Lewandowski were like the two strikers. And only one winger was Dembele with a free role on left and right. And sometimes when Balde was up front, so it was 3-3-4 with two strikers, Dembele on the right wing and Balde on the left wing.
So
So
I think this
the
is,
attacking stuff.
yeah, but this is perfect stuff for Balde here. Like he has the left flank all by himself. He could come and help the defensive line as well, and he could go in front and make those crosses and passes happen. So a perfect scenario for Balde in this game, I would say.
Yeah, I mean it's a good lineup. It's a good
Yeah,
formation, especially a good mix up and match up. Because of course, if we want to win something, we cannot just make the same mistakes and have the same lineup play
yeah,
every single game. Especially if we are playing like multiple tournaments, then it gets
mm,
harder. And we have like a huge squad right now, so
yeah,
why not use it? And I think using Memphis as not as a winger and as a second striker was brilliant idea, because just imagine, man, having two strikers playing up front against, let's say, against any team, the opposition team, the defenders. Just imagine their mentality. Like you have two proper strikers, two number nines, which can hurt you. So where to go, which one to go, and even if you leave some space, one, he will do it.
yeah,
He will
yeah.
score,
If you give
and
space to anyone, it's like almost a goal.
yeah. So starting 14th minute, a very early red card for the Elche captain, Verdu. Things were made worse for Elche because
Yeah,
the game was completely in Barca's favor even before the game started, and now with the red card, yeah, it was even harder. But clear red card because he was the last defender who I guess was pulling Lewandowski's t-shirt, and somehow made him fall on the ground, and he was
yeah,
not interested in getting the ball at all. Uh, it Lewandowski was in an amazingly dangerous position, as he could have directly been one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Red card, clear decision. I mean, nothing to discuss. 34 minutes, first goal for Barcelona. Amazing Balde, the young left back, as you just mentioned, uh, like a couple of minutes ago. Fantastic assist from him on the left wing. He drills the ball through like the defense to Lewandowski, who just has to somehow touch the ball to has his tap in. Lewandowski 1-0, a redemption for him, and what a goal for Barcelona. 7 minutes later, again, Balde. he and this now I would like to spend some time on this, explaining this goal. Of course, people will watch the highlights, but I want to make sure that people see what has to be seen in this goal.
Yeah.
So Balde again tries to enter from the left wing on the box. He has a view. Okay, now just try to imagine, whoever is watching or whoever is listening. Balde is coming from the left wing of the box, so left side of the box. The goal, the goal post and the goalkeeper is left of him, towards left of him, and very close to him, straight probably, is Memphis, being marked by a player. And then on the right, on just the edge of the box, he sees Lewandowski, unmarked. Unmarked. Lewandowski, unmarked. Aniket, that's an important point to make here. Lewandowski is furious on Balde, and he's even pointing that he has to give the ball to Memphis. And he listens to Lewandowski. Balde gives the ball to Memphis. Memphis now is, let's say his back is towards the goal. So goal is, if I'm Memphis right now, the goal is at the back, and there is another center back who is just on Memphis's shoulder. He tries to, go on the left, go on the right, go on the left, go on the right, and he understands, probably it was less than a second. He understands that there is a space on this side, because the defender isn't trying to come here. He makes a 360 and he shoots the ball, like drills the ball, bullets the ball on the top corner, 2-0. A smart move, Aniket. I mean, this is not a goal that it did not just come out of the hat. This was practiced. It was practiced over and over again, because Lewandowski, and unmarked Lewandowski, knew that Memphis can do it. Memphis's strength lies in this goal. One-on-one on the defender, when the goal is towards the back, Memphis can do it. Brilliant strategy, brilliant goal. And, couldn't be happier. When a bench player who starts the game scores the goal, couldn't be happier. Couldn't be happier for Barca right now.
Yeah, of course. I mean, this goal was a perfect combination of what you call a team play. Like, Lewandowski was running here, he was free, but he shouted to Balde to pass the ball to Memphis. So it was awesome to watch the goal. And when that goal went in, I was so happy. For a couple of minutes, I thought it was offside, but it was not, because it was still considered to be a goal. But I was so happy. Like, what if it's just a hypothetical case or something like that. What if Memphis Depay starts scoring like this in Barcelona's t-shirt? Like, wouldn't it be amazing to watch him score like this in each and every match?
Indeed. Yeah.
It was really amazing.
With Aubameyang gone, Memphis. Yeah. So Memphis, Ansu, and Ferran can be a backup to Lewandowski. And Ansu is so Ansu can play as a striker, he can play as a winger. So he has that multifaceted personality, multifaceted character. So I don't think things will be hard for him right now to get a position. But if it's within Ferran and Memphis, and if Memphis keeps doing this, because I think Memphis and Ferran are similar players, because they are not wingers. They drop down, they try to take play with them, they try to make the game. Yeah. The positioning is important for them. Yeah. So I think Memphis and Ferran are similar players, and if Memphis keeps doing what he did, I think it will make things harder, as if it's not still hard, but even harder for Ferran.
True. I completely agree with what you said. So Barcelona went in the dressing room 2-0. Before going to the dressing room, it was 43rd minute. Pedri got just a loose ball. It was, I think, a miss hit by Lewandowski. He just received the ball, tapped it in, bam, it was goal, but unfortunately, it was overturned by VAR and the goal was disallowed. So in the 43rd minute, Barcelona could have been 3-0, but VAR overturned the decision. It's still 2-0. Barcelona going to the dressing room 2-0. Things were unchanged for both the teams as they came out of the dressing room for the second half as well. In the 48th minute, Robert Lewandowski once again got the ball, tapped it in, and bam, it was 3-0 for Barcelona. I mean, this man is a goal scoring machine. He does not even blinks his eye. Every each and every goal is each and every goal post is in his mind. He just taps it in, and that's 3-0 for Barcelona. A perfect right-footed shot from the center of the box to the bottom left corner, and 2 for Lewandowski, 3-0 Barcelona up against Elche. And I think that was pretty much it in the game, or do you have something else to add on to this?
Just last point. Lewandowski could have had his hat trick.
Yeah.
But Xavi chose to substitute him off and bring on
Your favorite?
Ferran to replace him. I understand this decision, as we discussed, Aniket, even on the game day. And it's okay in such situations when the game is won 3-0 against a bottom half team, or actually bottom 3 team, who hasn't scored more than 1 goal in last 5 games, who is like playing with 10 games in this game, 10 men, sorry, in this game. It's okay that you substitute your best striker, best player right now off to give some time, to give some minutes to a struggling one, so that he can have a go at it. He can have some chance to achieve some confidence. But what he does, nothing. He does nothing. I don't think that I don't remember that he had like one shot. No contribution.
He pretty much after 50th minute, I think the game was pretty much over. The players were just playing.
No, I think as we discussed that day, you forgot to mention that the first shot from Elche came on like in the last 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
So I mean, this pretty much sums up what the state of the game was.
Yeah.
It was like more than domination. It was just emasculating for the Elche players.
Yeah.
And even in such situations, if you get like half an hour and as a striker you cannot even try, or you cannot have a shot, it's alarming. It's alerting. It's alarming, and I don't know how to solve this situation. I'm sure Xavi is the right man to solve it, because he seemed to have solved many issues which we thought could take years and decades even. But I hope this situation gets solved otherwise.
Yeah, for now, let's just believe in Xavi's project. Let's just have some belief in Ferran Torres as well. And just hope that he improves every minute.
Yeah, but Aniket, realistically, when you analyze the game, it's quite hard to back up Ferran. I mean, I'm not saying anything against Xavi, because what Xavi is doing, any coach will do. Because as a manager, just imagine, at an office, a manager who, let's say, he is not paying the salaries of employees from his pocket, but he is working for the project. So the manager wants the project to be completed. So he wants every employee to be as motivated as possible.
Yep.
So what Xavi is doing is 100%, 200% right.
Yep.
It's Ferran's responsibility to, I don't know, to try to solve this problem.
That is
and by the way, he was called up by Luis Enrique for the friendlies international break, the UEFA Nations League this time, which actually Spain lost against Switzerland 1-2, a shocking defeat. But in that game, Ferran Torres started the game. I'm not sure. I did not watch that game, so I'm not sure if if he had any involvement in the goal or in the gameplay. I'm not sure, but he started the game, and actually six players. I think all the players which have been called up by Luis Enrique from Barca did start the game.
They
I
start the
think it
game. Yeah.
was
Yep.
it was Ferran Torres, the whole midfield for Barca. So it was Pedri, Gavi, Busquets. It was so satisfying for me to watch. I remember like it was nostalgic for me just to remember the days against
Iniesta, Xavi, and Busquets.
but yeah, Iniesta, Xavi, Busquets, and then even the defense line was Jordi Alba, Eric Garcia. So
Yep.
yeah, we had like six players, and this was Aspilicueta, who could have been the seventh player for Barca, but of course he chose to stay at Chelsea. But jokes apart, uh, it's an alarming situation for Ferran.
Mm.
And actually, one more thing now, because we are discussing about the Spanish game. It was a bit sad thing for Ansu Fati that he wasn't called up by Luis Enrique.
Yeah.
His environment reported that he was pretty sad
Yeah.
to get this news. But then I think the report said that he had a discussion with some players and with the coaching staff, and he's a bit convinced that this is just a part of project and part of I think the strategy by Luis Enrique, and he's sort of playing mind games with with Ansu Fati, so that to motivate him to get in the best shape before the World Cup. So let's see, let's hope that he can make the World Cup squad, because the kid is special, and of course for every player it's the dream to go to World Cup and to
Yeah.
represent the
National
nation.
team and prove themselves for the national team as well. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, Luis Enrique is a smart coach, so all the Barca players who go there, I think it could be a good opportunity, especially for
Yeah.
Jordi Alba. Let's say, because Jordi Alba is not getting any time. He's not having the best time right now at
Mm.
Barcelona. And he started the game. He scored. He was actually the only goal scored for Spain was scored by Jordi Alba. So of course, these kind of situations would help players who are not getting time at Barcelona. And of course, for Gavi, Pedri, Busquets, it's a different dimension to understand football, to understand the defensive game, the forward game. So I think
Yep.
it's a good exercise. But let's hope that Ansu Fati can make the World Cup squad as well.
Yep.
So I think moving on to the next segment, I mean, we had so much to unpack, Aniket, that we did not distribute and we did not characterize this episode into different segments. But at least we have to make it for this one. So for Elche game, we move to the next segment, which is TFB man of the match. And Aniket, it was pretty easy with two goals and a wonderful comeback performance after that dreadful defeat against Bayern. Lewandowski, wow, what a game! And I hope that he can have even a even better game against Bayern and against Inter in the following weeks.
We have lots games coming up next weeks. We have Inter, we have El Clasico coming up. So there are many games, and I just hope that Lewandowski just continues with his performance, just like this.
Yeah, indeed. So Aniket, let's move on to the next segment of this. Actually, before moving, I as we were discussing about Lewandowski and how he can perform, maybe he can play as a centre back in the games against Inter Milan and El Clasico, because we don't seem to be having any centre backs left after international break, because
Yeah.
so many of our centre backs are gone. But talking about that, let's move to next segment, which is TAB penalty shootout. In this segment, we of course discuss all the administrative stuff which happened in last one or couple of weeks. But in this one, we will also discuss some dreadful news coming out of international break. Aniket, please do the honors.
So really disturbing news is that Kounde and Araujo have suffered major injuries while they were on their international breaks. Both of them are set to miss 3 weeks, at least 3 weeks of their playtime.
No, I think for Araujo it's 7 weeks.
Could be 7 weeks because the tests have not been performed yet. It was to be Kounde's test was to be done today, I think, if I'm not wrong. And Araujo, the time has not been specified yet. The exact time has not been specified yet for both, but it's said that Kounde would be ready for El Clasico. I hope he is. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, I think with Kounde it's quite optimistic, but with Araujo they are
Yeah,
saying that it's 7 weeks.
yeah,
There's a possibility of necessity of an operation.
yeah.
And he doesn't want to do that. I think he
Mm.
wants to go through like a conservative
The traditional
treatment.
way without the
Yeah,
surgery, but yeah.
and I think he was gonna have like a discussion, a meeting
Hmm.
with the board and Xavi, and I think
Yeah.
it was going to be today. So I don't know. I hope that they go with a smart decision. But it's a big setback. For Araujo, it happened again. I mean, when he started his game for Uruguay versus Iran, he damaged his a tendon in his thigh, and this happened in 20 seconds.
Mm.
It was dreadful. Kounde has a left hamstring injury playing for France against Austria.
The next injuries are Frankie De Jong is having a minor hamstring injury. Ousmane Dembele and Pedri are also rumored to have some minor setbacks in their fitnesses too. So that's a lot of injuries for Barcelona in this international break.
Yeah, and the last one coming out is Memphis. It's a bad one too. They are saying that he might be out for like a month.
Mm.
Not a good time. Yeah, international break. I mean, just now we were getting started. The whole team, and now with injuries, and especially with Xavi's doctors and his medical setup and his coaching setup, it was finally having to show its effect, especially on players like Dembele.
Yeah.
I think in France, the game of France versus I'm not sure. I'm not I'm not sure who they were playing, but actually Dembele started the game on bench. So if he is on the bench, that means that he's not injured, so which is a good thing. And
Mm.
he is not starting the game, which is a good thing because I don't want him to start and lose due
Get
to injury
injured.
because
Yeah,
yeah,
get injured or
because
get exhausted.
that's the last thing. I mean, that's the last thing that we would want.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, of course, now we are not into transfer season, so we won't be having so many rumors, but just a couple of them. So let's discuss that. Barca and Madrid are tracking Lovro Maher. I don't know if I pronounce well Maher. He is nicknamed as the new Modric.
And one more interesting news. Barcelona are, as we all know, that Sergio Busquets would be ending his contract in the next season, and that would be the end of Busquets for Barcelona. So Barcelona are trying to find out his replacement. The first option for them is Zubimendi, but there are others too. So Zubimendi is the first option for Barcelona to replace Sergio Busquets, and as you said, Lovro Maher or Majer, he could be also the one to replace him. So let's see how it goes in this transfer window.
Yeah. So that's it. I mean, Aniket, we did it finally. So much backlog and so much things to discuss, but Aniket, we somehow did it. And the next game, finally, I mean, it feels like it's been like a decade. I have not watched football, man. International breaks kill me. I mean, I hope I was like a European person, so my team must be playing,
In the international
interesting
games.
games.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like because as an Indian, I don't have a team to follow internationally. Uh, it's a dreadful time to be a football fan, and especially when your football players are like getting injured right and left, it's even harder. So I hope that just no one gets injured and everyone comes safely back to the camp. And the next game is on next Saturday, and it's against Mallorca. Uh, Actually, a good start. So not a very big team. So it could be a good start after international break. So we will meet you. And again, we will discuss after this game. We'll analyze the game, and to all the listeners and all the listeners who are listening us, like in the podcast medium, we are available on Spotify, Amazon Podcast, um, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, and also Ghana. If you are listening to this app Ghana, you can try us. And to all the viewers on YouTube, please like our content, subscribe, comment. Please share with your friends. They might not just be Barcelona fans; they could be different they could be following different football clubs. But we would like to engage with them. If you want us to talk about some specific stuff, or if you have any questions for us, please write us on the comment section, and we would surely talk about it. Aniket, any last thoughts?
Last thoughts are the same always: like, share, comment, subscribe. If you have anything for us, just write down in the comment section, hit the like button, and subscribe. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so for Sabasa, Aniket, see you next weekend.
For Sabasa, good night.
Barca! Barca!